Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Z James. This is Z Third Tier Workshop. And this, beside me over here, is my lovely 1993 Nissan 300ZX convertible. Which we're going to do in this episode. We're actually doing upgrades today, finally. No more boxing at the moment. Got to save up a little bit of cash for the turbos I need. I do have a couple more unboxings to do. But that's not what this video is about. As in, I have a race in a week. And I need to finally start doing some of the upgrades I want to plan on doing this season before the first race. Which is going to be, which you've already seen once, is this, which is the BDE, oh, I want to say that right, polyurethane transmount. So I am actually going to install this guy along with this guy. So it should go, if I'm looking at that, something like that. For the trans mount. You should not put this in unless you actually have some type of better than OEM motor mounts, which I do. I have a Z1 polyurethanes in the car at the moment, which I will eventually upgrade to the DBE, the Brett Dempsey Engineering. Just on a side note, I just noticed this while I was staring at this thing. This thing is actually not straight across. That's actually made to go in a certain specific order along with the energy polyurethane bushing. So we're going to do that, which requires me taking the exhaust out of the way to get to the transmission, jack the transmission up, hold it in place. It should be fine. The motor should hold it there. It shouldn't be an issue. But while I'm also doing this, because this is a two-stager, we're going to throw this in. And then I am also, because I've heard this is good, I have, let's see if I can show it to you guys halfway decently. I have a Z-Speed shifter bracket. I do not have a different shifter, but I hear this is pretty good. This goes from a swivel mount with the factory ones, which pivot here, to a solid situation. Notice these are slotted, these are not. So all this is going to be happening at the same time because honestly, if I get the exhaust out of the way, I can tear apart the interior a little bit to get to the shifter action and then do this at the same time. So these upgrades seem very logical at this point. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. I know it's a long intro, so this might be start of a long video. Might be a part one, part two. It's kind of cold right now, type of thing. So let's get the car jacked up, which it's not, but you don't need to see that. You can see it. I'm going to get it up on 4 jack stands, high enough up so I can get my body underneath the car to work on the exhaust. And then I will work on the interior bits at the same time. So let's go do that here in a little bit. So next time you see this, we'll be inside the interior, taking that out, and then also under the car, start taking some of the stuff out of the way to get to the trans mount and the shifter. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boo! 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 Not in the car yet. I just thought I'd show you guys because I didn't really do an unboxing. Not that I should have beforehand, what I was talking about. Here's the Speed Z components. Comes with the bracket, solid mount bracket. Comes with a different boot. This isn't the one that's going to be in. I mean, this will be in the car. See how it seals up. Your shifter will go into these. And then they did supply with, looks like, 4 more bolts, plus 2 more, plus nuts for everything, plus 1 extra nut there, and a long bolt there. I am assuming all that is for mounting these 4 here, because there's 4 up front, which was probably going to be these guys here and here, mounted to the top of the transmission. There's 2 for the shifter itself, and then there are interior pieces that will bolt in through here and here to push this down. And then obviously I think this is the bolt that goes through the shaft, which my bushing has been replaced when I did the manual swap, so it's not a big issue. So that's everything for the Z-Speed, which we're going to start first because I need to take the interior bits out of the way. And then I was going to show you guys the DBE stuff. I showed you these two, which is the actual polyurethane bushing and their bracket, but I also forgot that there's another plate that should go something like this. And then nuts and bolts for the hardware. These two big ones, I can almost guarantee thread through here. And then I think it goes like this. Maybe it goes like this. I could be wrong. I need to look this up before I put it in the car. But that's on the bottom side, and that's probably not going to happen tonight. But for you guys, probably all in one video. Because I'd like to do this all in one shot. Maybe part 1, part 2, I'm not sure. He does it great, gives you a nice scan code, plus a URL to go do this stuff. ZSpeed, on the other hand, does not give you anything. Was nothing in the box. A little disappointed in that. Not that you shouldn't be able to figure this stuff out, but it's always nice to have some type of instructions. That being said, now we're going to go to the car. And this, hopefully you guys can all see this halfway decently. I'll get you set up right. Let's see if I can get you so you can see everything. Basically, what I need to do is we're going to get to the shifter here. And if whoever's worked on a Nissan 300ZX knows that you need to start here and tear down, get this out, which would be the radio cluster, out of the way, take off some screws, take this out, take the screw. First thing I'm going to do is take off the shifter knob, just twist counterclockwise, it's just threaded on. Well, get that out of the way, the ashtray comes out, shifter knob comes off. We can start getting some of this stuff out of the way. Just so you know that it actually is weighted. Next up, I'm going to pull this screw here, which is right here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Pulling that out, just because I know I'm going to have to get to it eventually. And actually I'm going to use the ashtray as a keep. Okay, trick time. This comes off for me because mine does not have the tabs. See, there's two holes right here. Here, I'll show you. Let's go slow here. There are two tabs here you'd have to pull in off this plate. This plate has been modified because I don't have enough room because of my gauges here to make that happen. So mine has actually got super glued in magnets to go on top of that. So it just sits there. Gets a nice trim piece, it's magnetic, pops off instantaneously, and is out of the way. Oh, come on guys, sorry about this, I really do apologize. I'm trying to do better videos. Then these two screws come out. So you got one here. So that's the first one. Come on. One out. Two over here. Okay, but that is not all of them. Come on. Yeah, this will be a multiple course video, I think, guys. Next up, as long as I've ever removed one of these, you gotta get these tabs out of the way. They slip up. They just sort of fit in there. Mine are kind of brokenish. Let's see. You get one, two. I want to say that one's been glued and fixed. That wasn't me, that was the previous owner. And then there are two screws, one here. Come on. That's one. And then two is over here. So there's a total of four that hold this whole bezel in. Once you get this out, all this would slide forward. And if you had a radio or the CD player and all this stuff, it's not a big issue. For me, it's a little bit different because I need to pull this out, but I gotta be nice about it because I have all of my gauges in. So we're gonna pull this out gently. In fact, I might just slip that up if I can try to set that to the side because I really don't need to have it all undone. In fact, there we go. I'm not going to undo any of those. Next up is this screw, and see all that work to get to these two screws here. So let's do those. So you got one here. One, two. Okay. So, and then after that, you got 1, 2. Already pulled the third one out here. So you got 1, 2, 3. And then, oh, I don't know if I need to do that. That's my bad. Actually, let's do it this way. You guys can see. Actually, I didn't need to do that. I just need to do these. Okay. Now, I'm going to just rotate over. In fact, disregard these last 3. I will have to redo that. Okay. Let's just take this out of the way. Underneath here, there will be 3 or 4 plugs to get. One is for the cigarette lighter. The other is for the mirror control. And the last is for a light. But we can just move it out of the way. So as you can see, just that. These 3 that I took off, I need to put those back. That's my bad. I don't know why I thought that. So now that that's been removed, so we got, you know, this is the one that was right here to hold it down. These 2 here. Boy, you know, I'm looking at this. I feel like I am missing at least 1, if not 2 screws. No, that one's there. So I'm missing 2, just so you guys know. That guy and that guy. I will replace, in fact, before I am done this project. Which is sad, because I must have missed them last time. Just so you guys can see, this is a manual swap car. See this cable here? This is your shifter linkage, or safety outlock from the steering wheel. So you don't can lock out. Okay, so while we're here, this is going to be interesting. We need to get rid of these 3 or these 4 bolts, but they're all, you can either be 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, hopefully you guys are seeing well. This bundle of wires here is not factory, along with this black cable here. All those wires are actually from the, I'm gonna have to get the socket out, I think. Yeah. Let me go get a socket for that, guys. These are 12 millimeters. The reason I'm yanking this stuff is to make sure I can get that plate out of the way, because I got to move it up to gain access to stuff. If you're replacing the shifter, and not just the shifter bracket like I am, this is something you would do. I have chosen not to go with a short throw shifter at this point. I may sometime in the future. I just haven't done it yet. I have money to spend elsewhere in this car. So $100 there, so $100 saved, and this shifter still works just fine. That, and I don't know how I feel about the short throw shifter at this point. So I'm curious to see what happens. Now, if I remember correctly, this thing has multiple boots on it. We got this guy. These wires are from my Bluetooth amplifier. They run power back to the amplifier and then wires back up for the radio, and then along with the controller, which is seen over here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's off to the side there. Come on. Alright, so we're good there. If I remember right, this is dual boot. So here's boot 1, which, if I remember right, just comes off. We're gonna pull you up. Oh, shit, bitch. Come on. The reason to do this boot, we gotta get this thing up and out of the way. Oh, we don't want you to rip. Come on. Come on up. Pulling it out, just stretching to get it over the lip that's there. That shifter boot. This is all about sound deadening and noise. And then the reason I get to this bracket is to get to this guy right here. There's another nut right here. I think that's a 10 mil. Oh, 12. I am wrong. Once I get this guy out of the way, yep, the shifter should drop right on out. We are going to, once again, this is the rubber boot that you can move around, pull off, which I just did. It's all about sound, keeping that down, and then this is that base plate. And then this is going to be challenging if I remember correctly. Oh, come on. Stupid guys. There we go. And that's the plate. Now you guys can see this is the shifter. Which other guys have shown. Beneath it is the drive shaft. There are two bolts here. There is a bolt here and a nut on the bottom side, which I will try to get from the bottom at some point. And then there's the shifter. So that should do that on the interior bits. Getting this disassembled. Once again, I'm gonna need screw here. Like I said, these wires are not used. This wire here is from the shifter that was an automatic that's now gone. So this is, like I said, this has been a 5-speed swap. This is another crash impact sensor for the airbag, which I don't have, so I could remove it. I've decided not to, just in case I did want to revert back to the factory style airbag in this car. So yeah, this is where we're at right now. I know this is a longer video. Like I said, we're already at 20 minutes. So we're gonna end it here for right now. So this is gonna be part one of these upgrades. Part two will be me on the bottom getting my brace. There's a cross brace. This is the convertible. There's a cross brace with 6 bolts that needs to be removed. That's only in the convertibles and the 98 on ups got it, I think. And then they're Japanese only. They were the race ones. They realized they could use that the extra bracing they put in the convertibles in these cars to make them stiffer, which was smart in their choice. Boy, I wish I could remember the name of that vehicle. I mean, I know it's a 300ZX. That's a turbo model, but I can't remember what the behind it was. I don't know if it was a Spec V. I don't think that doesn't seem right either. But yeah, that's how you get the shifter boots out of the way, get the everything out of the way so you can get to it. A lot of guys can try changing to the short throw shifter from here, but since I am redoing the bracket on the bottom, or the brace for the transmission for the mount, I'm going to go from the bottom side. Once again, that's going to do it for this video, guys. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Like I said, this is part one. I'm doing this sort of in the mix. It's Easter and whatnot around here, so I got to keep moving on this stuff. So, all right, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe. If you like the stuff, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'm always active in those, and I respond back. And if you guys have a request for anything, just hit me up, let me know. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.